Sway the Morning Shade 4-5, man. I had to play that song and take you guys back, man, to a time of my life as a young lad when we were discovering new sounds and music. You didn't have the internet back in those days, and I remember in the mid '80s, Heather B, everybody was kind of listening to the same thing. Hip hop started leaking in, obviously, but everybody was listening to the same thing. And for us, man, we were so in the Bay. I'm from the Bay Area, so in the Bay Area, everybody had such an eclectic palette. I remember when this group first came out, and we was trying to figure out where they were from. Because of the sound, we naturally assumed they were from Minneapolis for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of the sound. And I remember when Ready for the World, the album came out back in 1985. It was songs like that, Digital Display, that made me want to seek a little deeper and find out who they are, the way they were singing, the type of sounds, the sonics they were using. The instrumentation that they had, and then when you saw the concept behind the look that they had, you realized that it was all a part of a bigger picture, Ready for the World experience. And man, it's how many years later?
Almost 35 years.
Almost 35 years later.
Yeah.
And they got a new project on the way, and I want to welcome them to the show. Please welcome Ready for the World to the show.
Hey, what up,
all right. We got Willie.
We in here.
Willie Triplet.
Yeah, Willie Triplet.
Okay, I never knew your last name. Is Gerald Valentine?
Gerald Valentine.
Gerald Valentine. Is that your real last name?
Yes, sir.
Gerard.
Yes, sir.
Gerard Valentine.
Nope, Gerald.
Gerald, okay. It is. Welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Who are Ready for the World today? Like, how many of the original band members are still here?
There are 4 original members.
Okay.
Myself, Willie, Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
You got Gordon Strozier, who's the guitarist, and Greg Potts, the keyboard player.
Okay, and how long has it just been? What has been the different iterations of the band?
Melvin went solo. Melvin Riley went solo back in February of this year.
Oh, he just went solo.
He just went solo again.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. He went solo before and put out some projects.
Exactly.
Correct.
So,
okay.
We were doing some shows together, up until February this year, and he decided to, do it again.
Okay.
So
yeah, I like
we're pushing forward.
We're pushing forward. You got to push forward. We just had New Edition up here. Well, we had
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Yeah, up here, and we talked about why isn't there a New Edition reunion with Ralph and with Johnny included in on it. Same answer.
Right.
Those guys have different agendas. They have a different path to take it. We got to move forward. Exactly. How hard is that? Because Melvin has always been that voice.
Well, we have a new singer, Ray Lavender. He's worked with the likes of Teddy Riley, Keith Sweat, T-Pain. So he's been in the business for a while as well. So it's not as hard. Now we go out and do shows, and they kind of question, where's Melvin? But after they hear him sing and he performs,
right. At the end of the day, he's a great performer and a great entertainer. So the females that's out there, our fans, they're not even asking like, where's Melvin? Because this guy brings so much energy and swag to the organization. It's like he just stepped right in.
Did y'all, before y'all became a band, did y'all grow up together, or was it because of the band y'all came together?
I believe, we met each other competing against each other in talent shows.
Okay.
So, we kind of grew up, like Gordon and Melvin grew up together. But as we started recording, we grew up in this music business for sure, and, exploring music back then. Like I used to play brass instruments from elementary to high school, and then I transitioned to drums and keyboards. So, exploring music that way, writing, competing, thinking we're better than what's being played on the radio, that sort of thing. That's how we, became, who we are today.
And you guys were all from Flint?
Yes.
Everybody's from Flint, huh?
Everybody from
Kelly
Flint.
called it Flint Day.
Damn, man. Now, truthfully, man, what was his reason for leaving this time, and how did y'all deal with? Like, did y'all sit down and go, man, what the fuck? Come on, man. At this stage of the game, dog, you're gonna leave? Like, did y'all have that conversation?
He had different visions of how he wanted the whole Ready for the World to go, and we didn't like all wasn't on one accord with that vision he had.
Okay.
So he had to go his own way so he can do his own vision that he
And
feels
we respect
can.
that too.
You gotta respect. Yeah, you
Yeah, we
respect
wish him well, so we had to move forward, and that's what we're doing.
What was your vision on how the group should go?
Well, for the most part, doing live music, making sure that all of us eat, and there's no, big eyes and little U's, that sort of thing. So,
wait, you see.
I mean, you asked, so
No, and that's what they say. Let's keep it 100. What that means, because we would naturally assume that everybody's going to eat if the group is eating, but there's obviously some discrepancy that some people wanted to make more than others.
Well,
that happens with everybody.
Yeah.
So it happened with us. It happened with everybody. One person see they want to eat more than the other person. They don't care if we eat. They just worry about their own situation. So
right, and I must say this. Sometimes we give more than others. We give into something more than others. So I get that, but the bottom line is, sometimes he wasn't able to, give when, say, Juro was. So we just it evens out. And so if we all can't see that, then
right,
we're men now.
Right.
Yeah.
We ain't tripping.
Grown men,
grown ass men. Okay, well that's interesting. Ready for the World are here. You have new music too.
Yes.
You have a song called So Much Life.
So Much Life.
And to celebrate this 35th anniversary of being in music. How did y'all approach? Now it's a whole new it's a new day now, man. You got new players in the game now. It's new sounds and all of these different variables you have to consider. How did y'all approach making new music, and who are you singing to now?
All right, so not to sound like a musical dinosaur, of course.
Okay.
Back then, when we first kicked it off, it was analog. Now it's digital. We were playing, live instrumentation. Now, you pretty much get a keyboard. You can play guitar off a keyboard. Everything else can be played off keyboard. Drums, the whole bit. So marrying what we used to do to what is going on today has been somewhat of a challenge. But, the bottom line is if we stay true to our sound, our game, that's where it is. So we're still, exploring that. For the most part, we're going to keep it real in terms of, we're So Much Life is about how women bring so much energy and life to ourselves as men. So, we're going to still appeal to, what our experiences are. But, we're going to try to marry the two, past and present, in terms of playing instruments and the sounds of today.
Right.
Okay. Well, man, let's see what it sounds like.
All right.
We're going to play So Much Life. We got Ready for the World here. Gerald Valentine is here. Okay, Willie Triplett is here. They'll answer any question you have. 888-742-3345.
Baby.
Yeah, man. Brand new, Ready for the World.
Yeah.
What you think of that, Heather B? So Much Life.
I love it. I'm excited. Thank you. I had a question, though. I was curious as to how you guys got your name. Like, because, it's like, I'm ready to take over. I'm ready for the world, baby. We ready. But where did your name actually come from?
It came from one of our songs, Ceramic Girl. There's a verse in there that says, laid back and ready for the world. And our attorneys at the time, Lord and Lloyd, picked it out. Like, you guys should call yourselves Ready for the World. Because we was going by
private boys school. We toyed around with a bunch of names,
right?
But nothing really clicked.
Didn't pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like Ready for the World, so we ran with it, and
dope.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I felt like when I used to watch y'all videos and see y'all perform that y'all really played heavy to the ladies. You guys were really on some sex symbol shit,
right?
Back in the day, and I'm curious too about some of not within the past 10 years, but prior to the past 10 years. Can you tell us one of your wild tour stories? I know, Willie, like, what's the wildest thing that you witnessed a fan do with Ready for the World? On stage, backstage, or in the hotel?
I'm gonna give you two.
Okay.
Back then we were playing at Disney World, and we were playing across the water. So the audience was across the water from the stage.
Okay.
And a girl jumped in the water to swim over to us.
And she made it?
I can't remember.
They got her
whether
out,
she-
but the water had current going, flowing through it.
Exactly. It was some electricity stuff going underneath the water, so she could have,
Whoa.
She could have died.
Yeah,
trying to get to Ready for the World.
Right.
Was
right.
her name Sheila?
It's stupid.
Merry-go-round.
So now, fast forward to the day. Just recently, out in L.A., we did a show, and a woman took off her shirt, threw panties on the stage, took off her shirt. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So-
That surprises you?
Yeah. I mean,
Today,
She took her shirt off. How'd it look, though? What'd it look like?
it was all good.
It was all good?
Is everyone even still like into women? Because this is what's interesting. Like when you go and think back in the day, like we've had some of the members of NSYNC on the show, and Lance Bass. I was obsessed with NSYNC. I had no idea that he actually preferred men than he did to women. I'm just curious, like as we become more comfortable with all these different identities, if anyone was actually like, nah, I'm actually.
Nah, none of us.
Oh,
we all
okay.
had 6, 7 women at a time or so.
Oh,
He
okay.
was more humble.
He said 6? Was that the regular rotation? 6 or 7?
That was every
that
day,
was for them.
Wow.
That was
Dude,
for
you had
them.
6 women in one day?
every day.
Protected though.
Every
yeah?
day. Having sex or
I've
just
been,
hanging out?
I've been blessed that I didn't, fall
Okay.
by the wayside.
Yeah.
So, but now as I'm more mature, that doesn't go down like that anymore. But back in the day, yeah, I was a whore. Period.
Hey, listen, man. Give that man a round of applause.
Own your past.
Because most of us who work in entertainment, who had a good thing in the 90s, was out there whoring, right?
Yeah.
You ever catch an STD in the early days?
Oh yeah, I had some stuff.
You-
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I overcame it. Thank
Yes,
God, I overcame it.
Jesus. So what?
Come on, man.
What's your daily boink count now?
I just have one
Oh,
lady.
okay.
There you go.
Okay,
Good.
that's
All right,
nice.
Gerald Valentine.
And I'm
man.
married, so I only
Willie's
got
well.
one.
You could tell you
Yes.
married, Willie. Don't worry about it. She took her shirt off, Sway. I was appalled.
That's how he acted too. That's how he
What the
acted.
hell?
I couldn't believe it.
Shout out to monogamy.
Ready for the World are here, man. The new song is So Much Life is out now. Are y'all on tour? Are you touring with anybody?
No, not right now. We just spot dating for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do some dates with Charlie Wilson next year. Yeah.
Damn, with Uncle Charlie, huh?
Yeah, he wants to give us a second chance, so
Okay.
he's gonna make it happen for us.
Okay.
We
Y'all
did
feel
some
like
dates
this?
with them before.
Y'all feel like this is a second chance?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With the resurgence of R&B,
Uh-huh.
we back.
Are there younger R&B artists like Internet James or The Weeknd or Daniel
I'm gonna tell you who I
Caesar?
like.
Okay.
This Gerald Valentine. I like Ty Dolla $ign.
Ty Dolla $ign. Okay.
Period. His cadences on the songs he be doing and just his lyric content.
Mm-hmm.
It's like phenomenal. So, and I like Anderson .Paak.
Anderson. Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
our
All
guy.
friends of the show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My man, Adrian Miller helped bring
Oh, yeah.
Anderson to the world. You know
Right.
Adrian? Y'all know
I
Adrian?
heard of him.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Since his name ring bells. What about you, Willie?
Same
Same thing?
Yeah. I mean, I like the music of today. for
Okay.
sure.
All right. There's some talented people. There's some really great younger artists in R&B that are out there.
Right.
Yeah, and also, what advice? Like, I'm thinking about Wiz Khalifa, who says he wants to work on an R&B album. As someone who primarily
Give us a call.
Ah,
That's all.
Yeah.
Yo, Wiz, call up Ready for the
There you
World.
go.
They hit hard too, son.
We on social media.
Okay, Jay, is it J.U. Jew from Flint is on the line. What up, Jew?
hey, Juke.
Hey, this is Jill. What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey,
What's
good
up?
man. What's going on?
Flint Town.
Man, hey, I just wanted to tell y'all how much of an inspiration y'all was to me with y'all being from the neighborhood. I grew up on Hamilton, grew up on
Oh.
West Patterson, bruh. And I know the trippers was deep in that house. And Willie,
Okay.
like your mom was my teacher at Cook Elementary, man. And Willie used to drive by in that gold Porsche, man. We used to look up to you, bruh, thinking we could do something positive with our life.
You had a gold Porsche,
Oh
Willie?
no, that was Melvin. That was Melvin with the
had
gold
Porsche.
Porsche.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Melvin. Yep,
Yeah.
that was
That's all
Melvin.
good.
Sure was. But yeah, bro. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all. There was so much negativity going on, and y'all was a positive light to the city. So I salute y'all.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate the love, man.
Jew, hey, you can salute them by getting that new single, So Much Life.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
All right. With Melvin, are you still friends?
Yes.
Yeah, we're still cordial.
Yes.
Still cordial. Gerald got some. Were you mad at his departure?
I wasn't mad. I was more so disappointed.
Okay.
Per se, because we've been doing this since we were kids. We was international stars, pop stars back then. And it's like everything we done went through is like, why now? Again, why now? So
you don't.
When we got so much that we could do together.
Yeah.
Because we was it's a nucleus, man. You can't break up the nucleus, man.
And then people have tried to do things on their own and hasn't been that successful. I know he went solo before, made good music, but it just didn't click. Would you let him back in if he wanted to come back?
Right now we're doing our thing, and we'll see what happens
I hear crickets.
down the road. Listen, this is a business, and that's the way I'm operating. Even today with him, I operated as a business. So, down the road, if it makes business sense, then maybe.
I'm all for that new money, so we don't have to like each other, but we can make that money.
Right.
We just heard Malcolm Jamal Warner say that about Eddie Griffith. They were working on a Malcolm and Eddie show, and they weren't the best of friends, but they understood that bottom line.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Hey, man, y'all look great.
Thank you.
All right, ready
So
for the
do
world
you,
is
bro.
here. Thank you, man.
you.
You know
Much
we
love.
Yeah.
Hey.
Way
Way back, man.
Much love,
The
man.
KML days. They used to come to San Francisco, the Bay Area, and do shows for us. I used to tell people I knew them because I was giving away the tickets on air.
Right.
Pretended like I knew y'all when I didn't.
Man.
All kind of, that's. I didn't get to the 6 or 7, 8 rotations that Gerald was in, but I
You
caught a
was up
few
there?
crumbs saying I was the missing member of Ready for the World.
That's what's up.
What y'all wearing now on stage?
H&M.
Y'all used to have them outfits, man. What y'all wearing on stage now, man?
For the most part, things like this.
Oh, okay.
cut
Yeah,
jeans,
okay.
you
The
know.
bedazzled jeans
Right,
and
right.
stuff.
Man, I'm gonna
like
show
that.
my shoes then. What you
Okay,
mean,
what kind
man?
of sneakers? What kind of shoes are those? Damn, you international with those, baby. All right, cool, man. Well, good to have y'all, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all perform.
Okay.
All right,
Appreciate
Ready
it.
for the World is back, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all want to follow them on social media? You can follow them at
The official Ready for the World on Instagram, and just type Ready for the World, RFTW Music. You'll find us.
What you gonna play, Wonder? Let's go back to the classic right here,
Oh,
ladies and
Sheila.
gentlemen.
All right.
Sheila, Sway in the Morning. We got Too Short up next. That's right, I said it. Too Short got a new album. You want to talk with him? 888-742-3345.
Sheila.
Just letting y'all know you could have got me in there.